Noisy news, confusion, and aggregate consumption behavior, an empirical study. This is the title of my thesis, supervised by Professor Michel Normandin at HEC Montreal. It was not until the Great Depression in the 1930s that economists fully appreciated to find a way to study what causes economic fluctuations and business cycles. While there are many factors such as supply or demand shocks, monetary or fiscal policy shocks, the news view of business cycles argues that recurring booms and busts are the results of agents' anticipations to continuously predict what is going to happen in the future in the economies. The news view literature is composed of two strands of studies. The first group of studies studied the role of news, and the second one the role of confusion or noisy information. In this sense, news refers to an imperfect signal about the future of the productivity growth, which leads to insignificant forecast errors, which is shared by a large fraction of the population. These groups of studies found that these kinds of news shocks can create macro volatility and business cycles. The second strand, or the second group of studies, studied the role of confusion. By confusion, we mean an information structure where agents are not able to observe each component of the productivity, we mean permanent and transitory components separately. Instead, they can observe a noisy signal regarding whether the realizations of the productivity comes from the permanent component or the transitory component. Here and in this group of studies, there is no unique conclusion. While some found that the noisy information and confusion can lead to business cycle fluctuations, the others find that these kinds of shocks or noise shocks can only lead to short-run changes in macro aggregates. Now, and in this study and this thesis, we studied the role of news and noisy information together and simultaneously. In order to do this, we create three models. And then we use US quarterly data covering from 1947 to 2015 on consumption and productivity. Then we estimate our three models by maximum likelihood method. The first model, or for the first information structure, is a modified version of the model by Blanchard et al. 2013 to study the role of noisy information. The second one is similar to that of Baudry and Portier 2005 to capture the impact of news. And the third one, which is the novelty of our thesis, is a model which is a combination of two previous mentioned information structure to study the role of news and noisy information together. Next, and for the conclusion, our conclusion is composed of two parts. First, we found that signals are quite informative. And secondly, we found that while noise seems to have only one period effect in the economies, the news effects are instantaneous and permanent in the economies. So according to our thesis, news shocks can be a good candidate to explain what causes business cycles. Thank you.